Yeah, well, obviously I got injured last year, May last year, so 10 months ago. Surgery in the summer, surgery again in January. Been a pretty long rehab, and just I've finally decided to not hang up my boots, but stop playing. Obviously I had surgery right at the start, back in July. Had quite a number of issues post-surgery with pain management and bits and pieces. I'm pleased that I'm still going. I think when I first came in 2012, obviously I'd had other injuries before then. I'd been playing club rugby, played Scotland Sevens, and it was kind of a bit of a shock to nothing for me coming in here. And I think just really pleased at the kind of the career that I've managed to carve out since then. Injury's always been part of my rugby career, even from an early age. It's a sign of how I play, to be honest. I wouldn't really change that. Even in hindsight, knowing some of the injuries that I've had to go through, I wouldn't have changed that. Just some special times, like actually the run to the final in 2019 from a rugby context was probably sort of my fondest sort of 6 to 9 months in a Glasgow shirt. I think the team that we had there, just the whole environment around the club, obviously the coaching staff that we had at the time, in runs like that we had some huge games. Obviously, going away to Leinster and winning at the RDS. I think we're the first team to win at the RDS in a long time in the league. So some of those games, some of those runs was incredible. Again, the semi-final here against Ulster, I think we won by 50 points. It was a one-sided game, but not because we were just running away with it, but because we just played really good rugby that night. And I think we've just played really, really well. And sometimes you win by 20 points, sometimes you win by 2, but the games where it's hard, it's physical, but you execute the things you want to execute. I think they're the more pleasing games sometimes than the routes. We've beaten teams by 50, 60, 70 points, and while that's great as a fan because there's tries going in left, right and centre, I think it's the kind of the harder fought victories where things that you worked on during the week and combinations that you worked on during the week have come off. I think they're always the pleasing ones. Yeah, I mean, it's always like a cliche to say you want to play for your country. Like, I think every young boy or girl growing up in Scotland would like to play for Scotland. Certainly there was a time in my career that I thought there was no chance that was ever going to happen. I got my first cap in sort of odd circumstances. In 2013, Fordo was away with the Lions, and there was a lot of injuries. Pat got his first start actually in his first cap against Samoa and ended up knocking himself out and doing his MCL. Stevie Laurie got his first cap the same day, and then he obviously gets a back issue for the next week, and I get sort of emergency flown out as the last cab off the rank. So that's always, getting your first cap is always really, really special. I think my second cap was probably more special to me because I felt like something I'd earned. It was at home, it was against the All Blacks in 2014, and then I kind of just went on from there. So to have played 60 odd, 61 tests, whatever it is, no way I could ever have actually imagined doing that. There's always a plan, not to quote Franco, but there's always a plan. For the last 7 or 8 years, I've probably planned with Scottish Rugby what it could look like when I retire. Obviously, coaching is a massive part of that. I really enjoy coaching. I really enjoy the academy side and progressing, helping sort of young kids progress through onto their rugby journey. And one day I love the idea of doing more than just coaching and going up and help shape how the game looks in Scotland. On the media stuff, it's not something that I thought I would do, but I got the opportunity to do sort of co-coms with Hugh Dan for Alba one time. Enjoyed it, got asked back to do it again, got asked to do BBC Radio Scotland a couple of times, and again enjoyed that. And look, it's just something, it's completely different. You still get to be immersed in the sport, you still get to be part of that, but you get a different viewpoint. I think I just enjoy being across sort of a range of different things because again, it's just about viewpoints and differences of view. So yeah, I enjoy that.